Hello everyone and welcome back. My name is Lori Aker, once again out of Columbia, South Carolina, and I hope everyone had a fantastic weekend, and I hope you had the chance to check out my Cajun crab and spinach crisp appetizer from last week. Well, now that we're working with entrees, I'm coming right back at you with yet another delicious Philadelphia cream cheese recipe. We're talking a fully loaded steakhouse potato. Now ladies, steak and potato, a match made in heaven. But why on earth would you want to serve these things separately on a plate when you can enjoy them together? That's right, I'm talking a fully loaded baked potato stuffed inside a thick grilled sirloin. You could say this recipe is a license to fill and is charred and fully loaded. So now that you know a little bit about me from our last video, we're going to go ahead and jump right into this recipe. So ladies, grab your aprons and grilling tongs, and you might want to tighten the laces on your shoes because this recipe will knock your socks off. So let's get started. Now the first thing you want to do for our recipe is you want to cook the potato. You want to take a large potato and drench it with a little bit of olive oil. Pop it in the microwave for 10 minutes, pull it out, and it's going to look something like this. Now notice how it's wrapped in a paper towel. This is going to prevent it from drying out. Now it's very crucial that your potato is hot during making the recipe because you want your potato to easily mash with the fork. So we're going to cut it in half and look at that steam coming up. That's exactly what we're looking for. You're going to take a regular fork and you're going to start to mash it. And again, this was in the microwave for 10 minutes. Drenched with a little bit of olive oil. And you want to keep the skin on for this particular recipe. We're going to use the entire thing. And be careful, it might be a little warm. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add our wonderful Philadelphia cream cheese. And we're working with about 2 ounces. Now once you start to add your ingredients, it's going to break up very well. And once the cream cheese hits the warm potato, it's going to melt. It's going to be very easy to work with. And now we're actually going to fold the potato over. Now the potato skin might get a little hard from the microwave. If it gets a little hard, that's okay. You can discard some of it. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add a little bit of sour cream. And we're going to add in 1 tablespoon. Now this potato skin happens to be a little hard, so we're going to just set that aside. We're going to discard that. We're working with our nice fluffy potato. Now, as I said before, we'll add a little bit of sour cream. Just like the cream cheese, we're going to mash that in. Alright, now after we added in our sour cream, we're going to add in about 2 to 3 tablespoons of chives. Now once you add in these chives, it's going to look amazing. Look at that, beautiful. And again, we're going to mix that in. Look how gorgeous that is. Really adds some nice color. Alright. Again, see how that's becoming a creamy consistency there? And this recipe is very easy to make. It's all about adding ingredients together and stuffing it inside a steak. It's very simple. So now that we have our chives, we're going to add in 1 clove of fresh garlic. Now, you might be asking yourself, can I use the garlic out of the jar, the minced garlic? You can, but I always love using the fresh stuff. It gives it a nice little kick. There's just something about fresh garlic that I love. And I could put garlic on just about anything. Very versatile. Garlic is very heart healthy. It's great for your immune system, believe it or not. Now see how the potatoes are starting to mend and kind of form into a ball? That is what we want. Alright, so now that we added in a clove of garlic, we're going to add in a ½ tablespoon of butter. Now again, you want the real stuff. We're using some real butter here. No substitutes. And while we're mixing this up, you know, the great thing about adding the potatoes inside the steak, it opens up room on your plate for another side, and I am definitely okay with that. Alright, we have our butter in there, and again the potato is nice and warm, so it melts it very quick. Alright, And now the secret ingredient. We're gonna add in some crispy bacon. Now we want to cook our bacon so it's extra crisp. And the reason why, we want it to crumble easily. You're gonna need about 3 to 5 strips for this particular recipe, and we're gonna crumble right over our mixture. All right, now be gentle when you stir because you don't want your bacon to break down any further. You want these pieces to stay a little large. All right, so just gently stir. And now we're coming up with one more ingredient. To top everything all off, we're gonna add in some crumbled blue cheese. Now the blue cheese is gonna give it a nice bite. It's not overwhelming. It blends very well with the bacon and the chives and the cream cheese. It's a perfect addition. Now we're gonna use about 1/3 cup of the crumbled blue cheese, and we're gonna pop that right in. Now the blue cheese is gonna help hold our mixture together. It's gonna give it that stability or that base that we're looking for. All right, so we have our blue cheese. Now here's the fun part. We're gonna get a thick cut filet. We're gonna move this aside for just a moment. And we are gonna create a pocket. Now this is very simple to do. You have to just be very gentle and fragile with the steak. Now we took a large filet and cut it in half. Now you wanna take a small knife, make sure it is very sharp, and you're gonna start about a 1/4 inch in. You don't want to start at the edge because your pocket will break open, so start about a 1/4 inch. You're going to hold the steak with your other hand. You want to hold it down, and you're going to almost saw. And you can feel that steak moving underneath your hand. You can feel it guiding through the meat. Now you want to be very careful. And again, we're going to stop about a 1/4 inch from the end. All right? Now, when you first start, your pocket isn't going to be very thick. That's okay. That's what you want to do. Once we get that first cut in there, then we can go with the depth. Now we can go deeper. And again, you're going to feel the knife sawing underneath your hand. Now you don't want to go all the way through. You don't want to go all the way down. You want to stop right about here, a little more than halfway. And again, that's going to create our pocket. Okay. And once you get it open, it's a little easier to cut through. And that's why it's great to get a thick cut steak. And look at that, we have a nice pocket. Now, once we get our pocket with our sirloin, we're simply going to take our loaded baked potato mixture and stuff it right inside. And you can do this with your hands or with a spoon. Look at that, ladies. How good is that? Beautiful, look at that. And again, you don't want your pocket to go all the way down, stop a little more than halfway. Now, your exposed potato mixture, we're gonna do one last thing before we pop it in the oven or on the grill. We're gonna take that exposed potato mixture and pat it down with additional blue cheese. That blue cheese is really gonna brown and melt. It's gonna leave a fantastic flavor. Just like that. So we made our potato mixture, we created our pocket and our sirloin, we added some additional blue cheese on the exposed potato part. We're going to pop it in. Again, you can put it on the grill or in the broiler. We're going to cook for about maybe 10 to 12 minutes. And when it comes out, it's going to look just like this. Look at that, ladies. Absolutely amazing, gorgeous. That's one heck of a steak, huh? Again, this is our loaded steakhouse potato. My name is Lori Aker out of Columbia, South Carolina. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. I hope you make this recipe at home, and I will see you all in Savannah, Georgia. Bye, you guys.